After our most recent video about Disney kind of losing the magic for now, and I came up with different solutions, a lot of friends reached out and told me that that video was spot on in terms of how they felt. I heard from cast members, I will not be revealing any names obviously, but those within the company who feel the same way. And I think this kind of points to something larger that I want to get into in this video. Is it a good time to go to Walt Disney World for you and your family, or should you pick something else? And in addition, if you should pick something else, what else do I recommend as a fun family vacation? Let's get to the big question right off the bat. Should you go to Walt Disney World for your family vacation right now? And this is assuming that you've been to Walt Disney World before, you love it, you're a big fan like I am, you want to go, you want to experience the rides and see the characters and try all the different dining, go to these restaurants. You want to do all these things, you enjoy all these things, you've enjoyed them for years. Maybe you took a little break because of all the closures that happened, and you're starting to think maybe 2022 is the time to go back to Walt Disney World. Do I recommend it right now? The answer, no. Now that shouldn't surprise anyone, given the fact that I have said in the past that Disney's kind of losing their way a little bit, and I'm hoping that they kind of get back to that family-friendly, exciting atmosphere that we all know and love, which is all about the guest experience, and I have a feeling they will. I truly believe, I have hope, I'm keeping the faith here, they are going to get back to that guest experience that we all know and love. That being said, you're going to see me continue to go to Walt Disney World. I love it, I live close by, so it's easy for me to get there, I get to experience all these things, and tell you how it is on the ground, which is a lot of fun. But what are some of the alternatives that I recommend right now when you're thinking about, okay, I want to go on a family-friendly vacation, I want that fantastic guest experience, where should I go, what should I do, how should I experience it? My first recommendation right off the bat is a cruise, and you know I've really been getting more into cruising lately, and this is kind of an information for you as well. I plan on taking my channel more towards cruising. I want to get more into cruising. I want to try basically every line out there. I really do. I've got 2 other lines booked at the time of this filming that you'll be seeing later on in the coming months ahead. I'm looking forward to sharing all that with you. But I have found that cruising goes above and beyond. The guest experience with, all the cruising that I've been a part of so far has just been above and beyond and really fantastic. Now I did a video comparing Royal and Disney cruising, right? And this was Independence of the Seas versus all the Disney cruising that I've been on, and I still do choose Disney cruising, no question about it. And if you're thinking about going on a family vacation, you want to go and have fun, the guest experience that you've loved for years at Walt Disney World, it's there on the Disney cruise right now. I can tell you that with confidence. So if you're thinking about trying it for the first time, this, in my opinion, is a great time to do it. Somehow, Disney cruising has really kept that customer service. There's one exception to this. If you call their phone number to get help or to change your reservation, make a modification, I've been on hold for 4 hours just waiting. It's not the most exciting right now. I think that right now Disney is kind of downgrading their customer facing phone line. I'm not sure why, but for right now, getting through that phone number is extremely difficult. My suggestion in this scenario, and I don't think that I've talked about this much before, is to actually go with a travel agent on this one, because I've been on that phone 3 times now, waiting for over 3 hours to speak to someone. And the problem is, I wait 3 hours and then I'm there and it's like, I don't know, it was like 4 hours and 12 minutes last time. And then someone picked up and then it immediately clicked. No one said hello and then they hung up. And it's frustrating, it really is. And I hope Disney kind of prioritizes that piece of the guest experience. But once you're on board the Disney Cruise Line, you're in great shape. They're gonna take care of you, they're gonna make sure everything's great, you can talk to guest services, it's fantastic. It's just that the pre-stuff, they still have got to work out some of those kinks. And I have a feeling it has to do with staffing and people coming back, or maybe Disney just not prioritizing that piece right now, but hopefully that gets fixed soon. That's not new, by the way. That phone problem has been going on for months. I was thinking, okay, they're gonna fix this really soon, but the fact that it's been going on for months, I had to talk about it, because that is, I don't know, it's happened to many people. I've spoken to others. If it's happened to you, by the way, and you've been waiting on the phone and just 4 or 5 hours go by, let me know in the comments. I definitely want to hear about it. Disney Cruise Line is amazing, no question about it. We've tried Independence of the Seas. I felt like it was a great family-friendly experience. Everybody can go. Guest experience was absolutely there. It was a fun way to experience a new line. And we'll be experiencing more lines by the end of the year, no question about it. But for now anyway, in the research that I've done, the different cruise lines offer a ton of amenities for families, and that whole guest experience is absolutely there. You pick the cruise line basically, and you're gonna have a great time. There are a lot of reviews you can read online talking about the different cruise lines, which one's best, which one's worst, and I will be giving you my thoughts as we go through. But I can tell you, just from my one Royal experience, I would absolutely do it again, and we are doing another Royal experience again, and I'm looking forward to it. Now, some friends have have brought up the idea of Universal to me. And Universal Studios is a great place. I have no problem with Universal at all. I feel like right now it is extremely crowded. It has been for a while. A lot of people are starting to flock in that direction. I can understand why, especially with Epic Universe coming before you know it. That's a brand new park that's going to be opening at Universal Orlando before you know it, and I am very excited for that one. That one I think is going to bring a ton of people to Universal and really inspire a lot of us in the future. I'm really looking forward to it. Besides that, if you're just coming to the Central Florida area and you want other things to do, there are so many activities. You can't even list them all. You just go online, you'll find like so many, more than just parks. SeaWorld and Legoland and so many others. Peppa Pig Land we saw recently. So many places, no question. Busch Gardens, Tampa, haven't made it out there yet. There's tons of things to do in Central Florida. Don't forget the beaches are there too. So there's tons to do. If you're coming to the area anyway and you want a different type of vacation, I do recommend a cruise, but lots to do. Now, another good question that I was asked, it was actually at the driving range, it was some golfing, and a friend asked me, he's like, Michael, when do you think that feeling of guest experience, that magic will return at Walt Disney World? You've talked about it coming back and you want to see it again, you think it's coming back. When do you think this will be? It's a great question. There are so many variables with regard to this. But I think that a reasonable timeline would be anywhere between 3 and 5 years. I don't think it'll take too much longer than that for the company to realize that some of their core audience is starting to feel the way they do. I think they're going to switch it around real quick when they start to really start to feel that. I mean, videos like this, I know they watch, so I know that they're paying attention, especially because we're not just saying, oh, this is terrible and this is awful. We're talking about solutions, and we want things to be better. Like, let's make improvements. Let's just like listen to the guests, make improvements, and make everybody's experience that much more magical. So I do believe 2-5 years, I think we're going to see a big turnaround in terms of Disney getting back to some of the things that have made them so amazing in the past. Last question I want to answer with this video is, if you are coming to Walt Disney World, what are the things that I recommend prioritizing now that'll really make you have that feeling of fantastic family fun and guest experience? I think it's a very personal thing. When you walk into the park, you kind of have to see it as almost with a nostalgic lens on. That's me right now, where it's like, okay, I remember this and I can think of that. You know what I mean? You can remember these things. In addition, if you like playing golf, I recommend Disney Golf. Tons of activities happen at each of the resorts throughout the day. I do recommend kind of prioritizing those because the guest service that you get at the resorts, I think, has been enhanced a little bit. The parks kind of not as much, but the resorts definitely still have that amazing guest experience, at least from what I've seen. Now, I want to be very clear in this video. I'm not saying that it's not fun. You're gonna have an amazing time. If the whole family's going to Walt Disney World, you want to go together, the kids really want to go, you're gonna have a great time. I'm not saying you're not gonna have fun, but if you're thinking about prioritizing it, and especially if this is a trip where it's like, okay, it's like a once in a lifetime or once every couple years, I would actually wait. That's what I'm really referring to here, where it's like, if you're going every single year and you want to try something new, that's another example of how I think that maybe holding off right now anyway. The crowds are very intense, the guest experience is not quite what it used to be, and I feel like there are a lot of changes that they can make, and they probably will in the not so distant future, which will bring back that feeling that we all know and love. Those are my thoughts about whether or not you should visit Walt Disney World right now. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with me or disagree with me. I think now's a great time to go to Walt Disney World. No problem with that at all. And if you have any other thoughts about how they can continue to improve and make things better for everyone, also let me know in the comments. Love to hear from you. Thanks so much for being a part of the magic with me today, and a huge thanks to our patrons for making it all possible. Until next time, have a magical day and see you real soon.